We've all seen him, the image of Jesus with flowing brown hair, pale skin, and piercing blue eyes. This image, deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness, isn't a historical fact, but a product of centuries of artistic interpretation shaped by Western cultural norms. From Renaissance paintings to stained glass windows, Jesus has often been depicted through a Eurocentric lens, reflecting the dominant culture of the artists and their patrons. This portrayal served a purpose: to make Jesus relatable and accessible to the European masses. However, this approach inadvertently marginalized and excluded people of color, whose own experiences and appearances were not reflected in the image of their savior. The Eurocentric depiction of Jesus has had a lasting impact on our understanding of Christianity. It has shaped our perceptions of holiness, divinity, and even morality. Recognizing this fluidity is crucial for understanding the evolution of religious art and its impact on our understanding of faith and identity. Imagine growing up surrounded by images of a savior who looks nothing like you. This experience, shared by countless individuals from diverse ethnic backgrounds, can create a sense of disconnect and otherness within their own faith. When the divine is consistently portrayed as racially different, it can subtly reinforce the idea that certain races are closer to God than others. For many, the lack of representation in religious imagery can lead to feelings of invisibility and exclusion. It can raise questions about their place within their faith community and their relationship with the divine. The impact of these images extends beyond individual feelings. When a single racial group is consistently privileged in religious art, it subtly reinforces existing power structures and hierarchies. When people see themselves reflected in the images they venerate, it fosters a deeper sense of belonging, validation, and connection to their faith. In recent years, there's been a growing movement to challenge traditional religious imagery and create more inclusive representations of faith. Artists from diverse backgrounds are reclaiming the narrative, depicting Jesus and other religious figures with a wider range of ethnicities and cultural aesthetics. This movement goes beyond simply changing the color of skin. It's about reimagining religious narratives through different cultural lenses, incorporating diverse artistic styles and challenging traditional interpretations. From paintings of a Black Madonna and child to depictions of Jesus as a refugee, this art sparks important conversations about race, identity, and the universality of faith. By embracing a wider range of artistic interpretations, we can cultivate a more inclusive and welcoming spiritual landscape for all. The push for diversity in religious imagery is about more than just aesthetics. It's about recognizing the profound impact that representation has on our understanding of faith, identity, and belonging. When people see themselves reflected in their sacred spaces, it fosters a deeper sense of connection and validation. For communities that have historically been marginalized and underrepresented, seeing themselves reflected in religious art can be a powerful affirmation of their humanity and their place within their faith tradition. Furthermore, diverse religious art challenges us to confront our own biases and preconceived notions about race, culture, and faith. Ultimately, the power of representation in faith lies in its ability to create a more inclusive and equitable spiritual landscape where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. The journey towards a more inclusive representation of faith is ongoing. It requires a conscious effort to challenge traditional narratives, amplify marginalized voices, and embrace the beauty of diversity in all its forms. It's about recognizing that our understanding of the divine is enriched by the tapestry of human experience. As we move forward, it's crucial to approach this conversation with sensitivity, respect, and a willingness to learn from one another. By engaging in open dialogue and embracing the richness of diverse perspectives, we can create a more welcoming and inclusive spiritual landscape for all. The quest for a more inclusive representation of faith is not about erasing history, but rather learning from it and striving to create a future where everyone feels a sense of belonging within their faith tradition.